on the clock. 12 drivers advance with one more Prodigy pass on the line here in the Prodigy Racing League Mazda MX-5 Cup Golden Ticket Series on RaceRoom, powered by SuckerPunch. We're underway, and I don't know if it was a great jump from the front of the field, because instantly we're maybe 3 wide into the opening corner, backing out on the outside in the bright red machine. Vliestra takes the point, Drace in second, and now Nico Sonal and Enzo Filippo fighting behind them on the run up towards the keyhole. This is such an important corner as well to get a good exit, because then it's a long run down into China Beach and some aggression, some contact, and Drace in the SCCA car will take the lead on the run off the corner. Turkka Häkkinen kept his nose in there and forced his way on through, mounts the curb and bullies his way forward to third. Another position lost, and behind, Vilcravy's going to have a lunge on Nico Sonal. Great opportunistic racing, but it's costing them time, and your race leader trying to check away as we come up to the final couple of corners.
Drice is loving all of this behind him. Mihai Nej, that's the spin. He's been, I don't know if he was tapped around, but he's back on the racing line. Is everyone going to avoid him? No, they're not. There's one driver going around. Oh, no, that's so unfortunate to see Mihai Nej just spin around there. That might be his chances over. I believe it was Jake Douglas.
Side by side, still great racecraft on display, and the SuckerPunch car down to third, and then some contact off into the grass, and Vliestra's going to have to try and get back onto track inside of the top 12. From Vliestra, Häkkinen's going to try and force his way on through, because they are starting to lose your race leader. Oh, now a chance for the SuckerPunch car to make its way around, long way around the top of the hill. It's going to run out of momentum surely, and now defend from behind as Vilcravy gets to the outside. This is what Mazda MX-5s are all about, getting your elbows out as well and holding on to spots. Ultimately, these drivers are all trying to experiment as well, right? As long as they don't fall outside of the top 12, they're learning about what they will need to do come the final. But this time, Turkka Häkkinen defends from Enzo Filippo that lunges around the outside, running out of the keyhole. Ooh, business picking up at the front as well. Turkka Häkkinen's got the tongue out. That's how you know that sim racing business is picking up. And Filippo, I think, more now going to have to be defensive from Vilcravy from behind in the Ballast Esports entry. Then you got, of course, Brandon Hawken and Mitchie Geisler, all still in the mix. We've got 4-5 cars that could potentially be in second, third, or fourth position come the end of this race, with 6 minutes still left to go. And look at that, he's got the momentum, he's there as well. Now they'll play some side drafting here. This is what they do in NASCAR, where they pull momentum off of the car in front by just leaning on it, disturbing the airflow, running over it. But you can just see it didn't work out on the outside. Turkka Häkkinen got a better exit, and a sequence that's starting to build the intensity from behind. Some sense being made as well. Brandon Hawken, the long way around on Vilcravy. He's going to look to the outside on the run down, out into the S's. Not going to be totally alongside, but it's building. Right side of the screen, building into the braking zone as well. Oliver Burt holds on, but it'll be 1 lap to go next time by, and you feel that he looks quite comfortable with the pressure. There's a desperation move that's about to be thrown his way. There's a lunge maybe coming from Enzo Filippo. He looks to the inside of the MPI machine of Brandon Hawken, but you can see the ramp off the corner here. Oh, Filippo slams the door shut on him. That's basically a slide job there thrown out of the corner.
To go from fourth to second, you can see them as they come down towards turn 4, 2 by 2 nearly. Oh, and there's a tap, there's a spin. And who is that going around? That, I think, is Vilcravy. And he's got to make sure he stays in the top 12 now.
So there'll be 3 wide as well in this fight for 12th position. Your leaders run away. We haven't had to talk about him much. Oliver Burt has dealt with this pressure very, very well. Half a lap still left to go for him to hold on to a spot in the final here in the Prodigy Racing League Mazda MX-5 Cup Golden Ticket Series on RaceRoom, powered by SuckerPunch. Take a bow, though. Philip Drace is going to waltz away at the front. He was unfortunately disqualified due to incidents at Brands Hatch, but dominant at Mid-Ohio in semi-final number 1. The swarm will come to the line behind, with Turkka Häkkinen making it a need racing 1 and 2. What happens in the fight for 12th, though? It looks as though Oliver Burt will do just enough to hold on to that position as they come through the final corner. And the second semi-final in round 3 of the Prodigy Racing League Mazda MX-5 Cup Golden Ticket Series on RaceRoom, powered by SuckerPunch, is underway. This time a much better start from pole position, as Jack Keithley will lead us through the long left-hander on the run up towards the keyhole. It's always great to see Mazda MX-5s leaning on one another, and that's what they do out of the opening corner and on the run up the hill. You can see Keithley's not too concerned about those behind. Whirler, Tiskovic now side by side into the braking zone, a long send around the outside, and now cars jockeying for position, trying to get momentum on the run down the back straightaway. There was a bit of contact there, and now Tiskovic loses another spot out as Nathan Maximum forces his way on forward. Another one of those drivers that we've seen across of both of our finals, but for Nathan Maximum, hasn't always had the best of luck, has finished both of the finals outside of the top 20. Now, Tiskovic has to be concerned that maybe another driver, this time Martin Barno, will try and look around the outside. This is momentum-based racing at its finest. Behind them as well, going to be a look to the inside through the final corner, although door gets slammed shut. End of the opening lap. It's going to be 3 drivers within a second at the front, and then some gaps starting to build through the field as it's Jack Keithley from Leandro Whirler, and then Tiskovic 1, 2, and 3.
As they run now down in towards turn 4. Matarangas, though, under pressure, overtaken is the Brazilian, but that happens. The driver spun around. Oh no, that's his fellow Brazilian of Thiago Melo, who has gone around at turn 4, and all of a sudden it means that even though Matarangas has lost the position to the guy he was fighting for P12, he's suddenly back into that final position.
Don't think that's going to happen now. No way, unfortunately. That car's in the kitty litter, and surely outside of the top 20, his chances have come to a screeching halt.
As we're looking here, Rand Marino fighting away here for P13 and P14. This is some tight battling down here. That's I think that's Almeida fighting. He's dropped down to P14 behind Sikorsky, Guillaume Blanc, and the rest. And Marino, he's now the driver chasing after P12, but there's a gap, isn't there, between 12th and 13th, that if these guys keep battling like this, they won't bridge.
Oh no, Rand Marino's in the grass and not going to be happy either. Drivers into some BMWs for autocross. Let's throw them into some Mazdas and see what they can do instead, because look at how much they're wheeling these cars through China Beach. An attempted move once again from Whirler. Almost ran into the back bumper. Oh, great stuff being shown.
Yeah, and he's going to go to the inside at turn 2 at the keyhole. Can he make this one stick? It's going to be Keeley around the outside.
Oh, and he gets bullied out of contention. Bit of contact, and Keithley, I think, with a bit of a wry smile there for a moment, not too fussed about it. Again, remember, all they're fighting about is who starts in the front row and who starts on the second row. It's as simple as that. They don't really need to take each other out of contention, although I'm sure Jack Keithley, the racer in him, is going to want to get back on top. He'll look to the outside, the long way around, not really the way I think you want to go, and even if you try and switch it back underneath, Whirler's just in a place where, as much as he soars back and forward at the wheel, can just place his car where it needs to be. And with now 60 seconds left to go, Leandro Whirler takes the lead here in semi-final number 2.
It's going to be fantastic. Wide though from the Brazilian. Here comes Keeley back up the inside once again. They dive through Thunder Valley. It's going to be the outside line for the British driver if he can stick it all the way. They're just rubbing doors, but I think Verla's going to hold off for now. But these two, like you said before, even though they are only fighting over whether they start in the front row or the second row, they are not giving it up at all. There's no sip of water from Leandro Verla this time around, because he is intense in this battle. Around the outside comes Keeley. Can he make this one stick? I think he's got most of the car in front. Verla's going to try and hold him off, but he's going to have back up the inside through the S's. They're just about rubbing doors there as they're still side by side and racing between these two.
And drama behind as Nathan Maximum's dropped out of the top 5. Still wheel to wheel as they've plunged down out of the final sector. What a race this has been, and we're just building for where stakes are really up for intensity. Whirler and Keithley have put on a display, and a display that we'll be now waiting to see repeated in about 90-odd minutes time when we get to the end of our final in this Prodigy Racing League Mazda MX-5 Cup Golden Ticket Series on RaceRoom, powered by SuckerPunch. Whirler and Keithley, a golden ticket to the final after a great battle between the two of them. And now just waiting to see how things will go in the 30-minute longer affair. Behind them, Martin Barner's going to come across the line in third. What's going to end up happening in terms of the running order? Where do they all cycle out? Will there be any change? I think Nathan Maximum will hold on.